Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with another Baby Got Scraps layout for the month of January. And these are my scraps from this collection, and I would love to use as much of these up as I can. I'm going to document these pictures from my daughter's birthday party from a couple of days ago, and I thought this was the perfect time to try and use this birthday bash by Bella Boulevard. I don't have a ton of embellishments left. Honestly, like some floral clusters and a handful of little this and that. I've got like some alphas and some border strips. I have one single title on here, so I'm not just trying to use up scraps, I'm also trying to use up some of these embellishments. But like, I don't have a ton left of this collection, so I'd love to use all these scraps and get those used up. So hopefully we can get that done. So I got my papers, my embellishments, my scraps, of course, my pictures. So let's see how this goes. So I decided to pick this blue. It is a blue polka dot with like two different shades of blue. And because I thought that most of my papers, if not all of them, of the scraps would work. Now there's that little blue plaid up there in the top left corner. I couldn't use that, at least not as like a main layer straight on the blue. But this, you can kind of get an idea for what scraps I've got. So I have these three little oddly shaped triangular pieces that are left over from another layout I did. I have these two, I'm pointing to my daggone phone like you can see what I'm talking about. In the bottom left corner, I have those two kind of weird looking curvy pages or scraps, and those are some banners from a layout or from a paper. And I'm going to kind of lightly fussy cut. I fussy cut the top, but not the bottom, because I'm not doing that. It's too small, and I think that I'd lose a whole lot. So I'm going to kind of do a loose trim underneath. But right now I'm building some mats for my pictures. So I had one paper that was big enough of my scraps to document and use as a mat for my pictures. So I did that with the smaller picture of my daughter clapping. They were singing happy birthday to her. And so I used the music paper to mat that, but the other two pictures were too big for that. So I just built my own mat out of the strips of scraps. And so like with this taller picture of her, I used that pink grid paper or plaid paper and just overlapped it to where it kind of looks like it's one full sheet. And then the other one, that bigger one right there that you see on there now, I used two different strips and made a background paper. And then I matted on black so it'd stand out really well. And so I get that down here, and I'm just building layers with the rest of these little bitty scraps. So it looks like I have full layers going all the way across. So one of them's like a little strip. It's not a branding strip, that very bottom one, which of course right now is on top, but it's just a strip that was cut off from a layout that I've done in the past. And so I put that down at the bottom, so I have a full base at the bottom, and then I just build from there. And really most of those pieces are itty bitty leftovers from where I couldn't use them to make the mat on my pictures, and it's just leftovers. And then I just get started building. I decided to go a little higher up. Originally I was only going to go to that orange music paper, but then I decided I would go ahead and keep going up because I still had a few little bits and pieces of like that pink polka dot, and then I had that little strip of the candles, so I thought I'd go ahead and put those on there too. So I just keep going up until I'm kind of comfortable with the way how far it goes up. I don't want it to be like the entire page, not that I haven't done that before. But I also wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to go higher than the pictures, because that's what's going to help me cover that gap in the middle. So I have this space over here that I've covered with a cupcake that had a gap. between one of the little layers. I just figured I would cover it some way, and that's what I did. And then I just pulled as many embellishments off of the sticker sheet as I could. I didn't really have anything with the alpha, so I'm going to have to find a way to use those some other way, because they're like hodgepodge letters that are left over. So I'll just have to find a way to kind of add those in somewhere. And then I just have this cake bash. And she didn't officially have cake here at Red Robin. She had a cake at home. So I feel like that was good enough for me to use that as my title. So I put that down on the picture because I really don't have anywhere else that they're both going to stand out, because of all the different mix of colors. Why are you standing in my door so creepy? My son is a mess. Anyway, so, and then I just start adding embellishments all around. I had those cupcakes on both, in two different places, and then a little slice of cake, just to kind of go with the whole theme of the cake bash title. Anybody want a 15-year-old? So then to finish it off, I decided to use some of these pop-ups, and I didn't want to use all 5 of them. I wanted to just use them in the clusters. So I put them in the 3 different areas where I have the cake. I wanted to add the little birthday hat because she does have a little thing on this is birthday girl. And then I wanted this little musical note because the people at Red Robin came over and sang happy birthday to her. Which of course is fabulous because I love to mortify my children because I think that's like my job. Only because they repay me by standing in my door creepily, staring at me while I'm doing a voiceover. I do put some journaling at the bottom, and I've got the date up there at the top, and I finished it off with some of the enamel dots. And then I put an enamel dot in the middle of where those little banners connect, because they kind of had a little gap there. And that is it. I am excited to use up so many scraps from here. I only have those triangles and a couple of little bits and pieces left over. Mostly, I would be willing and uncomfortable throwing them away. So when I'm done with this collection, I will throw away the little bits and pieces that are left over. And that is it. I hope you'll go check out everybody else who was hopping along throughout the month. There's a playlist for Baby Got Scraps. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like this video and or my layout. I would also love it if you'd subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for sticking around with me. I hope you'll come back and see me again real soon. Have a great day, and I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping.